ladies and gentlemen, a return of a fan favorite faction. You guys love to see them. I have no clue why, because they get decimated every single time. But the Skaven are back, ladies and gentlemen, and they are here to rip apart, not flesh, because their opponent does not have flesh. Today we have the Tomb Kings, made of completely bones in the desert, are pushing across this epic battlefield today. If you guys do enjoy this one and would like to see more like it in the future, of course, let me know in the comment section down below. Hit that like and sub button, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The first of the action is already kicking off. You can see that we have some Tomb King chariots charging forward here, as we see some Skaven warp lightning shots overhead. And what are the warp lightning shots targeting? Well, none other than Cetra the Imperishable. We remember Cetra last time getting almost 5 or just over 500 kills. I think it was 450. Or a unit just like Cetra. Oh my gosh. We have Grand Hierophant Ketep also almost dead already at this point in the battle. But we did see an epic charge of the chariots here, charging forward into some Storm Vermin. Storm Vermin should be able to take care of that with little to no difficulties at all. And across the front, we now see the Rat Ogres pushing forward and the Tomb Kings engaging in absolute combat, ladies and gentlemen. And we can see some Skaven slaves are being the brunt of most of force right now. Ooh, some Doom Wheels charging in, or some Doom Flayers charging in as well. And you can see, look at how low the Grand Wizard is to dying. He's down to 500 health at this point in the battle. And there he goes. The first general goes down for the Tomb Kings. And just like that, the Skaven are already at an advantage. But you know what's not an advantage? Cetra. Cetra is already in the back lines of the Skaven, ripping things up here, and look at that, absolutely magnificent. And you can see that the Skaven slaves have already begun breaking because they are terrified, and that is just what Skaven slaves do. They get absolutely 0 kills and just end up breaking. But the Thing has engaged in combat against a Scorpion here, ladies and gentlemen, as well. And things are kicking off great. You see that the Skull Catapults are launching towards the middle to try to help out in the middle, and getting an excellent shot right there, creating a hole and creating a mass break of those Skaven slaves. And across the front, we are seeing that the Warp Lightning Cannons are trying to continue to take out Cetra the Impossible, or the Imperishable. And things are still just not quite going the Skaven's way so far. Rat Ogres now breaking from the fight as well. And they are going to need a lot of these units to return quickly, because a lot of these Skaven slave units are what the Skaven used to just hold the front line and let their artillery do most of the damage. But speaking of the artillery, they are currently being hampered by the War Sphinx. And we remember the War Sphinx. The War Sphinx was the one with over 450 kills last time out. Cetra, I think, had around 300. And it is already nearing 100 kills. This thing is just tearing up these Warp Lightning Cannons in the back like it is nothing. And alongside that, some Skeleton Archer Chariots charging through the back lines as well, silencing the Skaven's greatest part of their army. Back in the middle, we see that the Thing is still engaged in heavy combat against, what do we got here? What do we all got here? We have some Ushabidi, which are almost destroyed. We have some Tomb Guard. Ikit Claw is wavering in the fight as well. You can see him on his Doom Wheel right there, wavering from the fight. And yeah, so things are going very well for the Tomb Kings at the moment. But as you can see here, the Skaven are not quite done yet. The Rattling Guns begin opening up on the enemy positions here. Rattling Guns also being one of my favorite parts of the Skaven army, along with their Tactical Nuke, which unfortunately in custom battles we do not get to see the Tactical Nuke, but we do get to see the Rattling Guns laying down the law on Cetra, as we see Cetra off in the distance here, pushing deeper and deeper into Skaven lines. You can see trouncing over some Storm Vermin there as more and more rounds just continue to pour into her. We see that she's now down to under 2,900 health, If Cetra goes down here, that would be another massive loss for the Tomb Kings. So Cetra needs to make sure that she stays alive, as her health now goes down to under 2,300 due to those Ratling guns. And also, finally, one of the generals pushed back to try to help out with the artillery back here, try to silence the chariots, as, yes, ladies and gentlemen, the High Queen is in the back as well to try to take out the Grey Seer. The Grey Seer is going to almost be no match there. But you know who's no match? Cetra. Cetra is no match for the sheer amount of Ratling gun fire, so she decides to get out of the middle and allow those Ratling guns to open up on something else, like these Eyes of the Desert. You can see a lot of Ratling gun fire and warp fire throwers just completely unleashing their ammo on them. And these guys, very, very, very elite unit, are being ripped apart by these Ratling guns. You can see them falling one by one here. The Ratling guns proving to be the real MVP. But you want to know who's the real MVP? The War Sphinx is back, making sure that a lot of these units in the back do not return to the battlefield. And it is just ripping things up for the Skaven right now. Their chances diminish every single second that this battle goes on. Their chances continue to plummet to the floor. And back in the middle where we saw that original fight happening. Oh my lord. Saw a lot of skeletons go flying there. A lot of those will probably end up getting up. But Ikit almost at 200 kills here. Queek Head Taker only at 38. But Ikit at almost 200 kills is crazy. That is absolutely insane. There should be no reason Ikit has that many kills, especially as a level 6 general. Ikit now over 200 kills. And remember that War Sphinx? Well, it is now also at almost 200 kills, and it is just rolling around like nothing is wrong. And there's not a care in the world. Ooh, some Warp Lightning going down there onto some Tomb Guard. A pretty decent target to target, but this Count's Guard is already pretty much all but destroyed, and it is not only going against some Tomb Guard, but it's going against a Tomb Scorpion, so not too much happening there. The Ratling guns continuing to open up on this Ushabiti here. The Ushabiti going to try to push out of their range as they fire at... Is this a general? This has got to be a general. I don't know who else this would be. Yep, the Grey Seer. The Grey Seer is returning to the fight. Wow, these are some large arrows being shot at him. Like, oh! Oh! That rat just took an arrow for him. Grey Seer. Grey Seer, man. You just watch that rat take that arrow for you. You should give that rat a Medal of Honor and an epic gravestone, because that thing just absolutely ate that arrow the size of you for you. But guys, this battle is all but wrapped up at this point. I mean, the Skaven just, again, can't pull it together. I mean, they do everything that they can every single time. But just like every other time, ladies and gentlemen, it is just not enough. And the Tomb Kings roll the Skaven. I don't want to say like it was nothing, because this one was actually decently close. But for the most part here, guys, the Skaven stood little to no chance. So I'd like to thank you guys all so much for watching this one. If you guys did enjoy it and would like to see more like it in the future, of course, let me know in the comments section down below. Hit that like and sub button, and ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all next time. Peace.